So I want to talk today about the differences between New York and Los Angeles airspace, Class Bravo in particular. You know, we fly out of New York airspace all day long. We're based out of Essex County Airport in Caldwell, Charlie Delta Whiskey, and we know the airspace really well. If you take a look at it on a sectional chart, you're going to see that it's very concentric, really well organized. And it's basically, complicated in the sense that there's a lot to deal with. There's a lot of airports. But the airspace is organized really well. Total professionals at ARTCC and the approach controllers, everyone's just really good to deal with so long as you know what you're doing, you think ahead, and you know how to execute what they want. Out in Los Angeles, same thing, very professional. I'm going to tell you about our experience in just a little bit, but the short story is if you take a look at this airspace, it's, in my opinion, quite a bit more complicated. It's carved up a bit more. It doesn't seem to make quite as much sense logistically, but it's also because there's LAX, but then there's some pretty significantly busy airports right near it as well. So yesterday, just as an example, on our flight from Palm Springs to Van Nuys, we ended up having to divert to Hawthorne, which was actually our final destination. We just had our passenger Uber home instead of actually drop them off. The marine layer was starting to move in. That was unforecasted, expected, but unforecasted. And we needed to divert, and we were VFR. We were just getting flight following. It wasn't like we were IFR and they could just give us off on vectors. So we told the controller what we needed. We said, listen, we got to change our destination, and they were absolutely good with it. You just have to tell them what you want, right? The pilot flying next to me, who was just a private pilot, said, oh my God, if we change our destination, it's gonna, it's really gonna mess things up. They're not gonna know what to do with us. What are we gonna do? And I said, look, don't overthink this one. Tell them what you want. Tell them what you need, and they're going to likely give it to you. So what we needed was a change destination. What we immediately needed was a Class B clearance because we were about to hit the 4,000 foot shelf and we were at 6,500, so we had to kind of dive below it pretty quickly. And then we needed to get below a 2,000 foot shelf, and then ultimately to go to Hawthorne, we just needed a full-on Class B clearance. So we asked for it. We said we needed to divert to Hawthorne. He said, okay, I recommend heading of 160, whatever it was. And then he said, just let me know if you need anything. I said, great, we need a Class Bravo clearance. He said, okay, you're cleared through the Class Bravo. It was that simple, right? We already had a squawk code. There was really nothing else to it. You just had to ask. So just want to communicate clearly to everybody, no matter what airspace you're in, no matter what you're doing, IFR or VFR, you have to ask for what you want. The controllers, some are really great, others not so much. Same with pilots. It's to be expected. Like, there's varying levels of experience. But the short story is you have to ask for what you want. And if you can't get it, find out why you can't get it, what the limitation is, and see if you can figure out a joint solution. You've got to communicate properly to get what you want in aviation. But other than that, you're going to be really successful if you can do it.